So there are a lot of approaches, there are a lot of tools out there for dealing with stress, and one of those is rituals and routines that people are often told can be really helpful for the child as well as for the adult. So how does that work in terms of pregnancies, rituals and routines? How important are they?
Yeah, absolutely, very important. I mean, I often joke that one reason pregnancy lasts for 9 months is because it actually allows you to prepare, right? Get ready for this baby who's coming. So the more you can start to get rituals and routines that work for you in place, the more you're going to have those tools handy when there's even more challenge of a crying, hungry baby, and how to cope.
So it's helping cope during the pregnancy as well as preparing how you're maybe going to approach parenting.
That's right, because it's an automatic. I can reach out to this. I know how to do this. So, what are some of the basic cognitive behavioral, different kinds of mindfulness tools? And again, this comes back to something I said before. A lot of it centers on self-reflection. Being able to pause in yourself and disengage. That's where the recognition of, oh boy, I'm crossing over that U-shaped curve. I'm getting too stressed. It's getting to be toxic stress. I need to pause. But that is also what you use for helping yourself get out of it. What's gonna work for me? I often tell patients that having a list of what works for them to de-stress is ideal until it becomes automatic, because you don't want to have to think, well, what's going to work? What's going to work? You want to have that list there, and you can try some things. So what does work? A mindful walk. So before the baby comes, you don't need to worry about the baby's safety, but you really can take 7, 8, 10 minutes to take a walk and to disengage, even if it's around the block, around your office, just to get into a different environment.
Doing that in sort of a repetitive way so that it's occurring, almost having an expectation that this is going to be a period of time where you're going to be able to kind of step back.
That's right. It's like it's like an association you make. Oh, I get relaxed doing this.
Right.
Now, the other part of it, though, is using mindfulness tools to be in the moment. And how do we learn that? How do we gain that? Is by focusing on our sensory experiences. So what's the smell? What's the touch? And that sounds easier than it is. So I actually suggest that women take some M&Ms, and you really put a few M&Ms in your mouth, or one at a time, and you're actually asking yourself to be aware of all your senses in that moment. What does the seat feel like? Does the red one taste different from a blue one by chance? What's the air quality? What are you smelling at that time? So again, it's very easy for me to say this. It's hard to do because it's hard to get away from your worrying mind.
Right.
So the more it's like any exercise. You practice at it, you get better. A musical instrument, any kind of practicing. So I suggest that women practice at these moments of using their senses, so that then when they take a mindful walk, they can click in, it's become automatic to that part of their mind, and they say, oh, look at that tree. Oh, I can smell that it just rained. I can smell what it's like. And that gets you, again, away from your worrying mind.
I like that idea that you mentioned. Maybe build on that, because you said, if they go, if a woman goes for a walk at the same time, she's almost anticipating or associating that that's a pleasurable action, getting her out from that stressful. And so those associations, are they important in terms of building the rituals that are going to be really helpful during this period of time?
Absolutely, and again, it's this: the more you practice, the more you get out of it. I mean, think of if you're a coffee drinker, think of your morning coffee in the morning. Part of why it tastes so good is you've got years of history of how good it tastes, right? And you're bringing that to the experience. It's the same thing with getting exercised at these skills of being in the moment, and then you enjoy your mindful walk more, and you're anticipating it, and it happens. You feel it.